All right, folks, now, after that great reporting on the infrastructure story, I want to talk about infrastructure, and I want to talk about 51-vote reconciliation. I got a couple of additional thoughts. Please stay with me on this. It's a wee bit technical, but still very important. Let me begin with this. Frankly, I don't believe there's any chance of a significant or meaningful hard infrastructure deal between the Biden White House and the Senate GOP. Now, when I say hard, I mean traditional infrastructure, you know, roads, bridges, tunnels, broadband, electric grid, et cetera, et cetera. This so-called hard infrastructure would be paid for through traditional means like user fees, toll roads, state and local bonding, and 3P public-private partnerships. All right, that's point number one. Point number two, let's move on to the so-called soft infrastructure, which, at the risk of oversimplifying, basically means the Green New Deal, a zillion subsidies for renewable fuels, electric vehicles, batteries, wind, solar, switchgrass. That's what Democrats want, along with any number of additional building projects. And they also want complete unionization for any of this construction, including, by the way, an end to a secret ballot and an end to right-to-work laws. Now, another soft infrastructure piece is the Democratic proposal for a great New Deal society and its massive entitlement social spending, with, of course, no work requirements and greater dependency. This also includes a big expansion of Obamacare and Medicare, and maybe even Medicaid as well. Throw in federal drug price controls into the mix that I'm hearing. And to pay for soft infrastructure, that is the Green New Deal and various buildings and the social programs and health care, the Democrats want something like a $4 trillion tax hike, essentially coming from higher income taxes on successful earners, on corporations, on capital gains, and on death. Now, just as an aside, no infrastructure bill in the past has ever been financed by income taxes. This is just a classic far-left progressive redistribution, tax the rich, punish society, punish success, more class warfare. That's all it is. As I described it last evening, this is an unprecedented effort to increase spending, taxing, regulating, destroy fossil fuels, and just good old-time Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels, Bulgarian state-run socialism that seizes the means of production and decimates free enterprise. Now, as I also pointed out last evening, perhaps the greatest insanity of this Democrat plan is the fact that it will not increase growth, nor prosperity, nor jobs, nor wages, nor family income. In fact, most of the think tanks who have priced this out have shown negative consequences to the economy. Art Laffer thinks it'll be negative. The Biden team, by their own admission, after the original, 2021 stimulus, they're looking for less than 2% growth after that one-time stimulus. It's just stagnation. All this for a massive transformation of America in economic, cultural, and security terms. We are not going to get anything from this. That's the amazing thing. Not faster growth, not more prosperity. I find the whole thing quite remarkable. Now, how they intend to sell that, well, that's going to be a great mystery. Now, coming back to the unlikelihood of either hard or soft infrastructure, the Senate parliamentarian has reported it will only permit one additional 51-vote reconciliation act this year. Now, there may be regular committee orders for a budget resolution. That budget resolution might even change, but there will be only one 51-vote reconciliation package, and everything the Democrats want will have to be in it. Their entire left-wing wish list will have to be in that one package. So I strongly suggest to you that with just one fight available, it's going to be mighty hard for the Democrats to get their own party's marginal votes in the House or the Senate, and equally hard to get any Republican votes in both bodies. In fact, I don't know if this thing can get through the House, much less the Senate. Anyway, one last little technical point. The parliamentarian, that is Ms. Elizabeth McDonough, who must be a wonderful person. She has ruled out the phony $700 billion revenue package allegedly coming from an $80 billion plus up in IRS money. Remember that? That was last week or 2 weeks ago. The IRS will then weaponize the tax grabbers, and they will follow conservatives and waitresses all over the country in a futile effort, just like they did back in the Obama days. Now, not that it really matters, but losing $700 billion, even in stupid static estimating, that is another crippling blow to the Democratic Socialist crusade. Now, look, this is complicated business. I apologize for some of the technicalities, but I wanted to go through them again this evening because I think this new decision by parliamentarian McDonough of only one reconciliation package, not another two. They already had one, right, in January on the $1.9 trillion, but just one more, not two more. And I think this is big stuff. And I think we all have to understand the budget stuff. I used it both under Reagan and Trump, so I think I get it, all right? I'm not sure, but I think I understand where they're going. And I just want to conclude by saying, I think this is really bullish, okay? For stocks, the economy, the workforce. I don't think the Dems are going to get what they want. Now, I may change my mind. There's a lot of time that's going to pass in the next few months. This thing is not going anywhere for months and months and months and months. But I would say, on the whole, things are shaping up pretty darn well. They're shaping up a lot better than I feared maybe a month or two or three ago. So think about that, please.